Do you ever feel like life is nothing but a series of challenges meant to test your strength and resilience? You work hard to achieve a goal, only to be met with another obstacle that threatens to knock you off your feet? It can be disheartening, demoralizing, and sometimes even feels like a curse. But what if I told you that sometimes these trials are not curses, but blessings in disguise? What if I told you that sometimes the darkest nights carry the brightest lessons, and that when life breaks you down, it is not the end, but the beginning of something far greater? Tonight I want to tell you a story that will take you into the heart of fear, despair, and finally hope. If you want to hear more Islamic and motivational stories, subscribe now, like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. On the outskirts of a small town in northern England, there lived a man named Elias Voren. He was not famous, not powerful, just an ordinary craftsman who worked with his hands, carving wood into shapes that brought comfort to others. But Elias carried a heavy silence within him. Years earlier, he had lost everything in a fire: his home, his savings, even his beloved wife and child. The tragedy left him scarred not only on his skin, but deep in his soul. People in the town whispered that Elias was cursed. They avoided his shop. They avoided his eyes, and slowly, Elias began to believe them. He stopped carving. He stopped living. He stopped hoping. One stormy night, as rain lashed against the windows and thunder shook the skies, Elias sat in his darkened workshop, staring at his empty hands. He thought, what is the point of living if life only takes everything away? Suddenly, he heard it. A faint knock once, twice, 3 times. The door creaked open, though he hadn't touched it. And there, standing in the doorway, was a boy no older than 12, pale, soaked with rain, and trembling. "Please," the boy whispered. "They're coming for me." Elias blinked in confusion. "Who?" he asked. The boy's eyes darted toward the stormy road. "The shadows," he whispered. "They never leave me alone." Elias felt a chill run down his spine. For the first time in years, his hands trembled, not with sorrow, but with fear. He shut the door quickly and let the boy sit by the fire. The boy's name was Ronan. His parents had abandoned him long ago. He had wandered through towns, but wherever he went, people turned him away. He claimed that dark figures followed him, whispering in his ears, trying to drag him into despair. Elias, scarred by his own grief, almost pushed the boy away. But then, something inside him stirred. He saw in Ronan's eyes the same emptiness he had once seen in the mirror. That night, Elias stayed awake. The storm outside howled, but he sat carving wood again for the first time in years. With every cut of the blade, he whispered prayers under his breath, prayers he had long abandoned. By dawn, he had shaped a small wooden lantern, placed it in Ronan's hands. "This," Elias said, "is not just wood. It carries light. Wherever you go, let this remind you that even the darkest shadows cannot exist without light." Ronan's eyes filled with tears. He held the lantern close, as though it was life itself. And something miraculous happened. For the first time in years, Elias felt his heart alive. Days turned into weeks. The boy stayed with Elias, helping him rebuild his workshop. Together they carved dozens of lanterns, each one brighter than the last. The villagers who once avoided Elias began buying them, and soon Elias's once forgotten shop became a beacon in the town. People would say, "If you are lost, if you are broken, go to Elias's lanterns. They will remind you of hope." Elias had thought his life was over. But by helping someone else who was lost, he rediscovered his own purpose. My friends, life will knock you down. It will burn away everything you hold dear. It will leave you questioning your very existence. But remember, sometimes the very act of lifting someone else out of their darkness becomes the reason for your own healing. Elias taught us this truth. When life takes everything from you, it is not to end you, but to make space for the light you never knew you carried. So when you fall, rise again. When you break, rebuild. And when you feel lost in the storm, remember. Your light might just guide someone else home,